interesting things have been happening. Accounts being frozen, things heating up, prime ministers sending letters to renowned publications, letters with grammatical errors.
Lots of grammatical errors.
Yeah. But then some people have said that some of the documents are forged though. So like, how true is that? Like, how do we really know if that document is authentic? Like, at the end of this, what's to say that it's just going to be he said, she said, and that's about it?
Exactly. Even the documents that were given out to Wall Street Journal are photostated copies of the original document. I'm not saying that you need an original document in order to be used as evidence, but even those documents can be easily forged. Like, I do that all the time with my dad.
The other question then becomes does Wall Street Journal really have the kind of credibility that the name suggests? I mean, there have been times before that they've gotten things wrong before.
Exactly. Like, didn't Lim Kuan Yew try to sue them or something in Singapore?
Yep, that was that. But then that's the freedom of speech in Singapore really is nothing to be
lauded off to begin.
But yeah, they've also gotten things wrong other times as well. Like, there was this one movie about Prophet Muhammad, I think.
Yes.
They assumed it was this guy that directed it, but the guy didn't actually exist.
Yes.
Yeah. So that
it became word of mouth. It became a lawsuit, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah. So like there is, so everyone's jumping on the bandwagon of this is the silver bullet, the smoking gun, that we've been looking for, but
and we are just rushing, just trying to point fingers, trying to find someone to blame. I know that our current economic situation isn't doing that well. We are back to $1 to 3 ringgit 80 cents, and with implementation of GST, I'm sure Malaysians aren't doing well. But jumping the gun and just going out there and trusting Wall Street Journal bulat, I don't think is the solution. I mean, what we can do instead is to just take a step back and be a little more cautious about what we read every single day.
Yeah, I agree. Although I have to ask this question though, like, if assuming that regardless of the truth of the allegations, at some point the pressure would mount and maybe he would have to step down. Assuming that scenario happens, like, who do you think? Two questions. Who do you think should be the ideal prime ministerial candidate, and who do you think is most realistically going to be the next prime minister?
Realistically, if we do oust the fella and conduct snap elections, which I don't think should happen, we should probably get someone who is, someone with a lot of charisma, someone who can steer us forward in ways that we believe in, every word that he says. Someone like Khairi Jamaluddin, of course.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say Muhyiddin.
No.
But that really is the most likely outcome. Like, I like Khairi Jamaluddin. I think he is definitely a prime ministerial candidate, but I just don't see it happening like immediately after this. Like, it's going to take some time. So it's most likely going to be Muhyiddin or Zaid Hamidi.
Oh, I was thinking of Tengku Razak Hamzah because
that guy is interesting. Like, I like the things that he's been saying, but he doesn't seem like the kind of politician who would grab an opportunity with both hands and make it happen. Like, he's just being a little bit too chilled about everything.
Yes, he's been a little dormant these days, right? Yeah. It hasn't hurt him much.
Some people say his time has passed, so.
But suppose Muhyiddin does take the hot seat, would you accept the fact that Zaid Hamidi might become the next deputy prime minister?
Well, I wouldn't accept the fact that he's the prime minister of Muhyiddin. Like, a couple of things. Like, firstly, I don't think that Muhyiddin can really say that he's got his hands clean in this whole 1MDB thing, because he was part of the cabinet. Cabinet does, at the very least, were part of the decision-making process. I don't think necessarily all blame can lie at the feet of the Prime Minister. So I'm sure Muhyiddin is part of that particular decision-making process as well. So firstly, like, I don't think he's really completely innocent. But secondly, I also don't think that bad decisions like this would stop once we have the same people who were part of the reason why this happened in the first place.